Welcome to the review channel of TurboAnt's dual battery V8 e-scooter. You'll be watching a compilation of the review of V8 by everyday users, industry experts, and riding enthusiasts, from which you'll get to learn facts about the V8's battery, motor, design, and overall performance. You don't want to miss it if you're on a hunt for a perfect e-scooter that gives you the most bang for the buck with killing performance. Exterior design.
This thing is definitely built and looks like a tank, with its all blacked out aluminum design. I mean, this thing is very rugged.
Battery and battery life.
This is a brand new scooter, pretty interesting because it has one battery in here on the front and actually another one here at the bottom side. This is the latest coming from TurboAnt, a company you might remember with the idea to bring a lot of batteries to be removable. And in times where the electric scooter world is ruled by a few companies, it's really interesting to figure out whether this all-ranger with amazing achievements about mileage has actually some space in order to disrupt the markets. Let's figure this out.
It's got a bigger battery than the 9-bot Max by a smidgen. It's only 650 bucks. I was very excited to review this scooter when I learned that it had the dual battery setup. I'll show you a little bit more about that when we get to the park. Between the suspension, the dual battery setup, the IP54 water resistance rating, and the 20 mile per hour advertised top speed, I figured, maybe it's worth our time to review this little scooter. See if I can ride it around through most of the battery, and if it doesn't break, then we'll give it a seal of approval. Because we are riding around in the rain right now, and everything's getting soaking wet. And the battery right here in the stem, check this out. Pull this up. You can actually pull this battery out of the stem. Like that. And you can throw a spare one of these in your backpack or like in your office. And this thing does have a little stand that you click it into and it charges, so you can have the stand in your office. And you, like, if you're in an area where you can't bring the scooter into your work or something, or your school, you just secretly click the battery in the corner inside and no one will know. And you'll see it's showing right now the inner ring is blinking. That's because the inner battery ring is missing. But the outer one is still there, and the scooter will work with just one battery. So you can have this thing not even plugged in and it'll work. The batteries are strung together in parallel, so they don't both need to be plugged in for the scooter to work. And then it just clicks right back in, and we're back in business. You'll see both of our battery rings are fixed. But that's really cool. You can charge this thing, like I said, on the external battery stand, but it also does have a plug right here. And you can plug the charger into that, and it'll charge both of the batteries in the scooter simultaneously. It's got one battery here, and then there's one in the deck. And that's a pretty big advantage because a lot of these scooters that have all the batteries in the deck are really low to the ground, but you can see this thing still manages to have a really slim form factor, even though it's got battery in the deck. So they just moved half of it up to the bars so that you're not like 1 inch away from the ground, bottoming out on everything and damaging the battery. It's pretty genius.
All right, battery's pretty much charged. Can't take too much time charging it because then we'll run out of daylight. So let's see. Just shove it right on back in. See how easy it is to remove. So that's convenient. Other batteries right here.
Operation instructions.
And there's just one button on the whole scooter. It's just this. You hold it on 3 seconds to turn it on, 3 seconds to turn it off. Tap it once to turn the headlight on. It's got a little headlight in the top there. You can turn it on and off just by tapping once. If you double tap, it'll go through the speed modes. I doubt you'll be able to see it, but I'm in speed mode 1 now. Double tap, speed mode 2, double tap, speed mode 3. Showing we're in miles per hour. And then this is our battery gauge right here. You'll see it has 2 bars. And that's because we have 2 batteries. So there's that inner ring and then there's the outer ring.
You can see that both batteries are about 75%, and that should be all we need to give this thing a solid test. So, right now we are on eco mode, which is mode 1. Just like the last scooter I reviewed, it has 3 speed modes. Mode 1 is Eco mode, which limits the scooter's speed to a lower level for maximum battery life. Number 2 is Comfort mode, which delivers a balanced performance, an ideal option for most daily rides. And number 3 is Sport mode, which permits travel at the top speed, saving your time on the longer commutes. So we're just going to start out on mode 1 right now, which is the slowest, and then we're going to work our way up to what feels the best. All right.
Power performance.
This thing has a 450 watt motor with a 36 volt system, and it does bog down pretty seriously on hills. It's kind of a bummer. Any sort of hill going on, and you can expect like 10-15 miles an hour. But if you want the 20 mile an hour, you got to be going on the flat for maybe like a block or downhill.
If you're in more of the budget category looking for a reliable, long-lasting scooter with good range and good power, the V8 is definitely worth checking out.
So the TurboAnt V8 is actually the successor to the X7 Pro that we saw last year. It introduces a second hot swappable battery for that convenient charging and a larger, more powerful 450 watt motor, which TurboAnt claims gives us better acceleration and more reliable performance.
Good acceleration, or maybe I should say very good acceleration, pretty much beats most competitors in this city scooter niche about top speed.
It's just for getting around. It's got some good torque. You can feel it. So this is just for like cruising around. That's not that bad. Let's go to mode 2. Double press the button. And it makes a cool beep noise. That's mode 2. All right, let's see how fast this is. That's better. Brakes very responsive. Oh yeah. It's like so smooth getting up to speed too. Yeah, so that's like the best range right there is mode 2. Alright, let's get it on mode 3. This is
be about 20 miles an hour.
It's the fastest. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow, that's pretty fast. Okay. That's awesome. Let's see how fast I can get it. 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. It caps at 20. I was probably going like 23 there. See how good it pulls up this hill. Remember, it's at like 75%, so it's not fully charged. This is a great scooter for like going around the city. Any city area. Wow, that's fast.
V8 can support up to 275 pounds, which is impressive. I'm about 5'10" and 160 pounds, and let's say with all my gear and backpack, close to 170 pounds.
But I think I'm going beyond half of what TurboAnt promised, meaning close to 40 kilometers with kind of normal to quick riding. If you want to reach something close to the 50-mile target, ride at speed 2 with cruise control on, in warm weather without wind, and stay away from braking, sort of mission impossible.
Advantages and value for money.
I know what you're thinking. Oh no, Ginger, it's raining. You can't ride electric scooters. But I'm here to tell you that you can, because this scooter that I'm riding has an IP54 water resistance rating. Aha! So let me roll the intro and I'll tell you more about this scooter that we're riding.
It has an IP rating.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, IP54.
IP54, so.
Yep, and that's up from IPX4 on the previous TurboAnt X7 Pro and TurboAnt X7 Max were both IPX4.
Yeah, so that's nice. You can get it somewhat wet. I wouldn't fully dunk it or baptize it.
It's not the perfect e-scooter, but definitely one of the sturdiest I've ever ridden, with this construction being so solid that I can say it's lime grade. As for the rest, motor could have been a little bit better, but this 15 amp hour battery giving you.
All right, you guys, well, that's gonna do it for my very short ride review on the TurboAnt V8. We've shown that it's pretty darn water resistant. It's got a nice 20 mile per hour top speed, at least that's what it shows on the display. It's got some air-filled tires and suspension, so it's a pretty comfortable ride. I like how long the deck is. It's got the electronic brake in the front and then the disc brake in the back, and it's also got the dual battery setup, so it's ideal for somebody who wants a little more range out of their very entry-level commuter and also might not be able to charge their scooter exactly where they park it.
All right, final thoughts on this e-scooter. I think it's excellent value, great bang for your buck. If you're looking for an entry-level electric scooter, it's definitely an awesome commuter scooter for the city or a neighborhood, wherever there's basically pavement and pretty much flat ground. It dominates that aspect. Not huge for off-road, but of course it wasn't made for that. Overall, I think it's an awesome scooter. I had tons of fun reviewing it.
It makes an ideal personal transportation tool for urban commuters with its fast speed, durable battery life, and compact, portable size. The TurboAnt V8 is at the top of our list of best value e-scooters, and we are recommending it to you.